Hey everyone, it's Anton from Pocketnow, and today we have a special face-off for you. This time it's Samsung's flagship, the Samsung Galaxy S3, versus HTC's hottest phone, the HTC One X. We're gonna do lots of comparisons, application launches, benchmarks, internet browsing, gaming, and a special comparison between the two screens and camera quality. So don't go anywhere, it's Anton, it's Pocketnow, and it's face-off time. We have the HTC One X on the left and the Samsung Galaxy S3 on the right, and we're gonna kick off today's face-off with a boot up test, which will not be a fair one because HTC is employing fast boot on the HTC One X, which of course can be disabled from the settings, but HTC has put it there for a certain reason. So let's take a look at this in 3, 2, 1, go. And the One X should be a clear winner here, but once you disable the fast boot feature, it will boot up even slower than the Galaxy S3. So this was HTC with the fast boot feature, and the Galaxy S3 is coming in second, lagging in about 7 or 8 seconds for a normal 17-18 second boot up time. So here they are, both usable home screen. A clear winner here, the HTC One X. Let's talk specifications. Both of these phones are their respective companies' flagship devices. They both have been launched this year, the One X at MVC in February and the Galaxy S3 in May at the beginning in London. The HTC One X is powered by a 1.5 GHz quad-core NVIDIA Tegra 3 SoC. It has 1 GB of RAM, 32 gigs of internal storage with no possibility of expanding, so you cannot add a micro SD card to it. 4.7-inch Super LCD 2 display with an HD resolution of 720 by 1280, 8 megapixel camera, 1.3 megapixel front facer, Android 4.0 ICS out of the box, and HTC Sense 4.0 on top of it. The Samsung Galaxy S3 is powered by a 1.4 GHz quad-core Exynos processor made by Samsung itself, with 1 GB of RAM and 16 gigs of internal storage. This one can be expanded with a micro SD card, but you can also go with 32 and 64 gig variants of the phone, which should be available soon. The screen is 4.8 inch, it's an HD Super AMOLED screen of 720 by 1280 pixels in resolution. The camera is 8 megapixels, webcam is 1.9, it's running Android 4.0 ICS out of the box, and it has TouchWiz 5.0, aka TouchWiz UX Nature on top of it. So in terms of RAM, in terms of camera, and in terms of the operating system, these two perform the same. A quick word of note at the beginning: both of these phones have been reset to their factory defaults and the applications have been mirrored, so whatever there's on the One X, you will find it on the Galaxy S3 and vice versa. No applications running in the background, and screen brightness is set to maximum, so it's 100% on both, which will be interesting to see in our screen comparison. Now let's go to day-to-day / real-time usage application launch test. Let's start with the mail. A little bit faster on the One X. Let's go to Google Play Store. The application was launched faster on the One X, but content was loaded faster on the Galaxy S3. Let's go to the gallery application. Faster on the One X, but only because the Galaxy S3 is using animations to load the images. Let's go to third-party application like Spotify. Pretty much the same. Let's kick off Maps. Head-to-head, which one locks in first? Galaxy S3 locks in first, HTC One X locks in second. Let's jump out. Let's go to social applications like Facebook and Google+. So it's quite instant on the Galaxy S3, and it won by 2 seconds. Let's go to Google+. They're going head-to-head, so it's fair to assume that, let's see who loads. The Galaxy came in second. Okay, one more. Let's fire up the camera application. the HTC One X won again. So this concludes our short real-time / application launch comparison. Let's take a look at benchmarks. We will start with Quadrant. Faster on the S3, and let's start the test on both of them. And they're both approaching the end of the test. Let's see which one performed better according to Quadrant. Let's see the results, and let's see the results. We have 5294 on the Galaxy S3, and we have 4603 on the HTC One X. Let's continue with another benchmark, this time Antutu. Faster on the S3. This was a previous result from yesterday's comparison with the Galaxy S2, but let's start the test. While these two are at it, let's mention that the One X features 3 capacitive buttons, one for Task Manager, one for Home, and one for Back, but they have omitted a menu button. So whenever an application will need a menu button, it will place it right here on the screen, taking away from your screen real estate. While you can see there's much more information displayed on the Samsung Galaxy S3, which has a dedicated menu button. But let's get back to the benchmark. So the One X has finished, and the Galaxy S3 should finish just in a couple of seconds. We have 10,343 points on the left on the One X, and there's some aberration here on the Antutu benchmark. Yesterday, when we compared it to the Galaxy S2, we got some 1200 score here. But today, the application Antutu on the Galaxy S3 kept on crashing, so we're just gonna leave it at that. If you compare it to yesterday's numbers, it was 12,000 here, compared to 10,343. No conclusion drawn about this. Let's get back to the home screen, and let's try one more benchmark. It's going to be SmartBench 2012. So let's see this one. HTC One X again finished first. Let's take a look at the scores. Let's bring it up here, up and close. We got 40, let's zoom in more, 4208 with 2680. And the Galaxy S3 is still running. No, it just finished. Let's display the scores on this one. 39, 77, 16, 35. The HTC One X has won this round. And this concludes our look at benchmarks. We'll get back to you with browser comparison. Let's go to Pocketnow.com and let's go to the Galaxy S3 tag page. The S3 is ahead. One X not too far behind. S3 finished. One X finished right after it. Let's go to the home page. S3 is again ahead, One X 1 second behind. S3 finished. One X still loading. And still loading. So we should probably give this round to the Galaxy S3 without any doubt, even if it's faster only by up to 1 second. Let's stop it right there, and we're gonna input another web page. Let's go to the full version of the Engadget website. Galaxy S3 leading a little bit. And it finished first. HTC One X, it has finished second. So this round goes to the Samsung Galaxy S3 by 1 or 2 seconds depending on the complexity of the website. Scrolling, as you can see, is buttery smooth on the Galaxy S3, and it's also smooth on the HTC One X. I'm sorry. Double tapping now works. It had a hiccup, but once you zoom in, the HTC is flowing the text so that you don't have to scroll all the way, as opposed to the Galaxy S3, which doesn't do that. Double tap to zoom back out, and this is probably the reason why after zooming in or zooming out, the HTC is acting a little bit slower, because it basically rearranges the text on the page. So if you zoom in like this on the Galaxy S3, you will see text coming from out of the screen, while when you zoom too much in on the HTC One X, it just rearranges and flows the text nicely. So in terms of usability of the internet browser, this round goes to the HTC One X. Okay, let's get back. Next up is gaming. Same game again as GTA 3. Let's launch it at the same time. Just a tad faster on the Galaxy S3. Now these are videos, we can skip them. More videos. And let's see the loading time of a new game. It's faster on the Galaxy S3 by 1, 2 and something seconds. Okay, let's skip the visuals and let's try to play a couple of frames on both. Not too much. Let's start with the Galaxy S3. My driving skills while playing are not better than yesterday, so expect me to hit the walls. It's buttery smooth, no frames skipping, so everything is working as it should on the Galaxy S3. There we had a slight hiccup, and one more here, but else it's smooth. Let's get back out of this and let's see the HTC One X. Let's volume up. Whoops. So this one is smooth too, but I don't know why I have the feeling that as far as frame rate is concerned, the Galaxy S3 was a little bit smoother. I don't know, by a couple of frames. But now it seems to have recovered. I can't say the same about my driving. And yeah, that's a replay. So in terms of gaming performance, I would say that the Galaxy S3 is a little bit better, because I have that feeling it renders the game with a higher frame rate. Now, game settings were the same on both devices. Maximum resolution, maximum detail, everything maxed out. So we'll give this round to the Samsung Galaxy S3. And now we will take a look at how the screens compare the SLCD2 versus the HD Super AMOLED. Now, in terms of screen quality, it could go both ways. Basically, these two right here are the best screens on the market right now. Of course, the Apple iPhone 4 and iPhone 4S screen comes in a second if these are the top ones. Now let's see how they compare. Color on the One X is a little bit warmer, while color on the Galaxy S3 is a little bit cooler. So you will see a bluish greenish tint on the Galaxy S3 because it's an AMOLED screen, opposed to the SLCD2 on the HTC One X. It's gonna be a little bit warmer, a little bit more reddish because it's an LCD screen. Now, in terms of color accuracy and reproduction, both reproduce the colors very well. As you can see here, the grays are more neutral on the SLCD2 as opposed to the Galaxy S3, where the grays are not neutral but are a little bit tinted. And if we take a look at natural color tones, skin tones, you will again see that the One X has better color representation, which doesn't mean that the screen on the Galaxy S3 is not good. It comes down to your personal preference. If you like deep blacks, then you will definitely go for the Galaxy S3, and you will probably also like the high contrast. If you like more natural colors, you will love the SLCD2 on the HTC One X. We have one more image to show you. This one right here. Let's go into landscape. Clearly the AMOLED screen wins here because it represents blacks better, but as you can see, there's not such a huge difference. Again, you will see a difference in tones, warmer on the One X, cooler on the Galaxy S3. Our last part of our comparison will be a comparison between the camera quality of these two phones. I will insert it right now after this footage. This was Anton D. Knight from Pocketnow.com. If you've enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. Conclusion, which one would I pick? I would pick a perfect Android phone, which would be the combination between the two. Maybe the speed of the Galaxy S3 with the HTC Sense 4.0 and the camera from the Galaxy S3. Because I have to pick one, I will pick the Galaxy S3, but that doesn't mean that the HTC One X is not a good phone. It's an excellent phone. So it could really go both ways. Take a look at the camera quality and decide for yourself. Thank you very much again for watching. Hey everyone, it's a bright sunny day here in Oradea. It's a little bit windy and we're out in the park checking out the video quality on the HTC One X as well as the Samsung Galaxy S3. Now the audio which you will hear will be the audio from the Samsung Galaxy S3, and we'll try to record the same image on both. Let's see some white balance modifications, a little bit of panning around, and now we'll switch to a darker region. There we go. Let's try to do some close-ups. Let's try to get close to one of these roses here. This one should be in the shade. Right there. And this one should be well lit. And once again, panning, and let's turn around to go into the shades once more. And that's pretty much it. This was Anton from Pocketnow.com taking a look at the comparison between the HTC One X and the Samsung Galaxy S3 in terms of video recording capability. Thank you very much for watching.